Wout van Aert has entered the altitude camp in Teide to find great shape and good legs for the upcoming classic seasons. Today we're gonna discover how he will train and analyze the training camps he's been at before. Before we start the video, I just wanna say that this video will be a bit special from my side. First of all, you can hear that this is not a AI voice that has been generated anymore. It means that I bought a microphone. It's my first video with this new device, and as all of you can hear, I'm not coming from a English speaking country, so this is a bit out of my comfort zone, if you could say so, to record yourself and talk into a microphone. But many of you guys have been asking for voiceover instead of AI generated, so yeah, I thought I will give it a try and see if you guys like it. Hopefully you do. I've not planned as much for this video because I want to see a bit how this works and test it out, so I've not write a script of this video or anything, but as you can see in the title, I will reveal for you guys how one of the best athletes in the world train, and it's no one other than Wout van Aert. So I'm a person that like to deep dive into the pros training, and in Visma Lisa Bike's case, you could see that no one from their squad is uploaded with power. It's a bit challenge to actually see how they train, and it takes a lot of effort to deep dive really into their training. So over the last, for some weeks now, I've been follow Wout van Aert's training because he uploads, as you can see, everything to Strava, which is a bit nice. And I have made some spreadsheets over 3 of his training camps over last couple of years, and I will just talk about it and discuss with you guys, and because in Visma they train on a bit, I would not say special, but I think they have their own philosophy that is a bit eye-opening, would I say. And you probably ask why I'm doing this video now, because the reason for that is that Wout is now on training camp in Teide, which is a volcano on altitude at Tenerife, and he's preparing for the big classics like E3, Ronde van Vlaanderen, or Paris-Roubaix. And I think this training camp will be quite similar to the ones that he'd been at before, because he likes the same structure and everything in between that. So I thought that it would maybe be interesting for you guys to have a look at what I've found, and yeah, because as we all know, we could say that in his first opening weekend he was not in great shape. So we can see if this training camp will leave him to get better legs and fight for the podiums and victories in the coming races. And Wout is a person I really find interesting, so yeah, we can deep dive into his training. So as I said earlier, I will take a closer look at 3 of his training camps, and I don't know where to start. We could take a look at his preparation for a classic last year, where he was at at the same time. He went up to Teide as he do now last year also, and I have analyzed everything. So he arrived at Wednesday, and he did just a small a small run. I've written this in Swedish because I'm a Swedish guy, and yeah, I think it's just not. She should not be too complicated to understand. So he arrived at Wednesday, and then the next day on Thursday he just did a small 3 hours and just classic endurance, and also the Friday, and then recovery ride at Saturday. So he likes to start at 2 days pretty easy, then a recovery day, and then get into full mode at the training camp, the rest coming period. And after his recovery ride, he did some sprint training, just I think to wake up the body. So he likes to do about he's a 30-second, 25, 15, 15, 15. So 5 sprints with shorter and shorter. Why he has a 5-second lap in front of the sprints is just to prepare himself for the sprint. So he press lap button, and then it's 5 seconds, and then he can maximize the sprint at 30. So the 5 seconds is just to prepare himself. If you wonder why he's doing that. And as you can see, it was not a big week. Then he went on to here was on Sunday the sprint day, and on Monday it was a very hard day, and as you can see it was 5 hours with some intervals, and yeah, there are a bit special intervals in my opinion. We could see here that I think here in the beginning he just did some warm-up efforts. You could see that it's low cadence here. I think it's just to activate the muscles, and I think he likes it to do a big warm-up. So it's a hard warm-up, I would say. You could see that 1340 WAM, 1300 WAM is pretty quick, for sure. And yeah, but the main set I would say is this one. It's 90 seconds on and 35 seconds off. Is typical for Visma to do some. The ratio between time on and rest is often 1-2. So for like 90 seconds on and 45 seconds off. I don't know exactly how many he did of these. So 5 of 90 seconds on, 14 seconds off. And then he went on to do some, and then he did some over-unders in different intervals. As you can see, he starts off with it's a bit hard. 2 minutes really hard, then 4 minutes a bit under. I think it's still about threshold, but around that. And then 4 minutes at around sweet spot. So 2 minutes hard, 4 minutes bit under, and 4 minutes rest, but not complete rest. So this block is 25 minutes, around that. So you can see on his laps that yeah. And then he went on to just 10 minutes around threshold, I would say. And then he went on for just endurance. So typical for Visma is 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, which is a pattern that often common on their training camps. It's intervals in the beginning, and here you can see just a pure endurance, 6 hours, nothing crazy. and then a recovery ride, and then he did a double day where he did I think it was around. You can see again that he starts off with warm up around threshold 5 minutes and a bit easier, and then 2 minutes really hard. You can see like it's 3 minutes rest, 2 minutes harder, 1:30 even harder, and then 1 minute really hard. So it's like a stair up in really hard. So rest, harder, 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 for couple of intervals are really special one, and then same thing as again but a bit shorter and a bit punchier, and here in the last, I don't know exactly why he do, but some sort of sprint training or speed training, I don't really know. But yeah, around 3.5 hour, and then in the afternoon we could see that he went out again, and I think it was on his TT bike. Yeah, it was. So, and then just some pure threshold efforts, nothing special. 3 minutes on, 1 minute off, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just to get in the TT position and work on that a bit, what I think. Then pure endurance day, and then after that recovery day. Then he went on to do another interval block, and as you can see, 3 days on, 1 day off, where he started with some intervals, and this one was a bit more like threshold day, a bit longer in intervals, and yeah, I think here you can see 8 minutes at probably 1700 wham. It's hard for sure, but this climb was almost like 9%, so I think it's still threshold. So he did around 8 minutes, then 2 climbs again, and then he went on to 2 times 25 minutes. So this is more like fat max, I would assume, with some rest in between. And yeah, the day was 4.5 hours in total, so pretty hard day. And then on the Monday, the next day, he went out to, it was interval day again, and yeah, it's here with some bit harder stuff in the first half, warm-up efforts as always, and then he did 3 times 2 minutes really hard, like this is to around 1800 VAM, really hard, 1900, and then some just low threshold intervals, 2 times 20. Nothing special, but some intervals in the beginning, and yeah, some fat max in the end. And then he also did some, where we could see before, the special ones. I think they are on high speed, so I think. And then after that, just a classic endurance day, recovery day, and some intervals again. And this time was also a double day. You could see double day. So after the 3 days block, he'd do double day and then endurance. And if you are interested, I can link to this spreadsheet. You can comment down below if you want to go through the intervals by yourself. And then you can see that he did endurance, recovery. Here I think the tapering was started because he was racing Dwarstor on the next Sunday. So after a huge block, he will recover. And the weeks have been pretty hard, I think, 30 and 25 hours a week. So yeah, he recovery day, then he did a classic endurance day, recovery ride again, then he traveled, then he did some openers before E3, did that race, did a spin, and then Dwalstor Vlaanderen, where he crashed, sadly. And this structure of 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off is a common pattern. And here I did with some colors as well, as you can see. This was his training camp in Teide. This was his training camp in Ting before the tour began in 2024 this year. And as you can see, start off with endurance, acclimate himself to the altitude, then a recovery ride, and then he did intervals. And he likes to start off with some sprint or hard stuff. This is, I'm assume, really hard. You could see 15s around. What did I wrote? 4 times 50 seconds with 4 minutes rest, and then 6 times 30 seconds. This is this is not a fun workout to do. Really hard. Oh my god. And next day intervals again with some harder VO2 stuff. You can see at the laps, a bit punchy VO2. Really hard. Again, they like to train really hard on the intervals. Not that much interval time, but really hard. Then endurance, recovery, intervals again, this time double day. Endurance, recovery. Here was a team ride, so yeah, you probably see this as just a spin, a middle day. Intervals again. Not that much interval time. 5 times 2, 2 ones. 2 minutes on, 1 minute off. And then he did some fat max and sweet spot stuff. Here you can see a long endurance day again. Yeah, recovery ride. And then a last 3-day block. Intervals, and endurance. Here you can see some of the intervals he did. I have linked to them, but yeah. And then I was thinking, is this something new he only did in 2024? So I took a look at his training camp in Sierra Nevada at 2022 before the tour, where he was in great shape. And as you can see, same pattern, 2 days, 1 day off when he came up to the altitude. Then 3 days on with some sprints in the beginning, endurance, recovery. Endurance, intervals, pretty short and hard stuff. Endurance, recovery, intervals, endurance. So it's same pattern. Hard stuff, really hard stuff. Wout likes really hard stuff, like hard intervals and not as much threshold or anything. It's more zone 6, zone 5. Yeah. And as you can see, double day again, endurance, recovery, intervals again. Yeah, then he went off to the tour. Did great performance there. So if we take a look at what he's done, because he just went up to Teide now when I record this video or talk to it. You can see that he yeah, bit day off here in the forest, and then he went up to the altitude. Bit easy day on the afternoon, just spinning out the legs after the flight. 3 hours, nothing crazy. And then day one, as Tage Benot call it, just a 3 hours classic endurance. Nothing special, I would assume. No, not hard stuff. Just easy. Day two, endurance, then day off. And then yesterday did 5 hours with some sprint as well. As you can see, 30 seconds, 25, 15, 15, 15. So standard stuff. Stuff that Wout has been do before and respond well to. So I think yeah, I wanted just guys to show you how one of the best athletes in the world train, and maybe we can have a great discussion what you guys think about his training in the comments. It's yeah, not like Jua E stuff where they do a lot of zone 2 or zone 3. Pavel Sivakov is one great example that shows his training, and in Visma they do much harder stuff, especially Wout and some other guys. So yeah, leave a comment down below what you think about this video. Was it interesting? I will not put in much effort in the editing. I will just keep it clean, and in the future I think I will use my own voice. You can leave a comment down below what you think about that, if it was better or more worse than the AI voice I was using. I got a lot of comments from people that will say I had to switch to a microphone. So yeah, I thought let's give it a go. If you, yeah, I'm just talking. If you guys like this video, please hit it a thumbs up. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next one.